Welcome to the Dropshot Call of Duty podcast gameplay breakdown. This is a benefit we offer to our Damascus patrons, patrons of our podcast, which is a Call of Duty podcast. If you're interested in podcasts, listen to it. But most of you probably watching already do listen, and that's how you found this channel. So today, well, I guess that'll be a reminder to you Damascus patrons. If you want to submit a gameplay breakdown, you're free to do that. And also, sorry, it's been a while since we've done a gameplay breakdown. Vanguard came out. We've been busy with a lot of shit, but we'll be bringing these back. And we kind of scale how often we do these to how many gameplays are in the queue, essentially. So if we were getting 5 a week, we would be doing these way more often because we would like basically need to stay, you know, above water. But anyways, we're back. We should be trying to get these roughly once a week again. Now, obviously sort of the holiday season, so we're probably going to miss a week or two still. But in general, we're trying to keep up on these. Now, today we are doing a gameplay breakdown of a very special young man, friend of the pod, young Raidon of Revosect, formerly Team EXE. This is our second or third gameplay breakdown ever, because we did Jake twice, of someone who's just better than both of us. So this is going to be fun and exciting to do. Now, some of you might be saying, wait, if he's better than you, how dare you do a gameplay breakdown on him?
Yeah, should we not?
Well, and that's the end of the episode. Like and subscribe. No. Because just because someone's better than you doesn't mean you can't learn something. And that's what we're going to do, is we're going to try and point out all the things he's doing correctly and what we mortals can learn from that. Tanner, me, and you watching. So this is going to be really fun, and this is going to be a lot different than our typical gameplay breakdowns, obviously, because Raidon's extremely good at this game. So I would imagine there's going to be a lot fewer criticisms and a lot more, look at this play, look how smart this was, look how good this was, whatever. Because a lot of our gameplay breakdowns are kind of on the opposite end of that spectrum, where we're saying, this was a mistake, this was a mistake, that was a mistake. That, I suspect, will not be the case here. So, without further ado, let's dive into it. Here we go.
Little rebirth action, huh?
Rebirth Island. Got the little face cam up. Handsome young man.
Just
getting that satchel. Getting that thing.
Great quality, by the way.
Excellent 1440p quality here. So already, right there, he gets a down. Doesn't thirst him. Doesn't care. See ya. Because there was another dude there, and he had a shotgun. Not super confident in that. You can just get a quick down, take no damage, and bounce. Great. Also looks like we're playing quads, and I think these are just a bunch of randoms.
I think he's playing randoms, yeah.
So just random fill quads. Just destroys that kid.
Just, yeah.
Just absolutely shit on.
That
Here's another one. Finishes there because it's safe too. Ditching the shotgun for another AR.
Smart move.
Really smart move, I think, yeah.
Yeah, ground loot shotguns should only be used for the first 60 seconds.
Jesus Christ, and just torches that guy. Another one's up there. Okay, so real quick. We're going to go back just a second. This is what makes... You guys have all heard the meme like, oh, just move your wrist. It's just a flick of the wrist. It's so easy to aim on keyboard and mouse. He's on keyboard and mouse, by the way. Yeah, this is what the average dipshit that says that thinks everyone with a mouse can do. That is so hard. That is so fucking hard to do. That tracking. That's why he's so fucking insane. Sorry, I skipped back too much. It's because he can do that like so fucking reliably. He's just on him the whole time. Comes out here, reloads.
Because it's also not even just like moving right to left. It's also kind of moving down as the guy drops.
Up and down while you're also strafing.
Not easy to do at all.
Not easy at all.
That's the hardest part about having good aim on K-Bam.
Tracking. Yeah. I think so. Reloading both guns, plating up.
Oh, he just doesn't give a shit about his teammates are all muted.
Oh, fuck his teammates, yeah.
He's just using them to respawn, basically.
Yep.
Heard that guy coming. Easy thirst.
Yep. Just destroys that kid, too. I mean, a lot of this right now is just he's looking at his mini-map, obviously. That's how he's finding out where all these guys are.
Yeah.
He sees them on the mini-map. He has the bounty as well. And all of these pre-aims he's doing, if you're paying attention to the mini-map, he knows those are there because of their pings on the mini-map. Because most people don't have loadout yet. So they're firing inside.
He heard a guy behind him, too, so he's trying to chase this guy and get out of there. Ooh, that guy tried to RPG him.
Yep. The shits on that kid.
Notice he doesn't.
Now again,
he doesn't try to reload. He just switches his gun because he knows he has 2 ARs.
Yes. Yep. That's another good point too.
And then right there,
he turned around. Go ahead.
Instead of reloading, he plates up because that's the smarter move on Rebirth right there. Just get out of there, plate up, try to get away.
Yeah. So he kills this guy. Here's shooting behind him, and he sees it on the minimap. By the way, if you guys look at the minimap, there's a red dot on his level because there's no up or down caret. And it's behind him, and it's shooting. So he knows this guy is pretty fucking close. Comes in here, kills this guy, gets the thirst real quick, still sees 2 dots behind him, and this guy's obviously moving to the left. That's why switches guns immediately instead of reloading, because this is faster. Pre-aims this, and then gets massively rewarded. Free. And then he also sees this guy on his radar, which is why he just doesn't even bother finishing the thirst. Get the fuck out of there, replate, because you're like one shot.
Yeah.
And now he knows he needs to reload both guns, so he's going to do that ASAP.
Notice there, too, after he killed that one guy and fooled him, you see him look up to his left, and he's staring at his mini-map for a few seconds, because he's trying to, you know, he's figuring out where the other the teammates are. There we go, and he sees another one coming to him. That's why he's looking back already. Yeah.
That's a good point. We have his face cam here. You can see him constantly. His eyes go up left. He's paying attention to that minimap a lot. His team's calling like a lot of UAVs, so he has that knowledge and he's using it, which is really good, obviously. Here's another thing too, by the way. This is like these little fundamentals that when you watch really good players, you'll notice. He wants to look in this window. Look at his centering. His reticle is just always on the window.
Yeah.
Because like the average player, if they want to go to that window or like look inside of it, they'll just run straight and then they'll turn 90 degrees and look in the window. But there's like a fraction of a second, maybe more, that you're losing time there where you're not looking into the window yet. He just plants his reticle and sticks it on this window because that's what he's looking for. He knows someone's in there. And look, as he's coming in, he's just rotating and watching this the whole time.
Yep.
Still just moving that reticle to match to the window. And then he sees the guy right there. And because of that good centering, that good reticle positioning, he doesn't have to move as quickly or as much once the guy is actually on the screen. Here's someone. Oh no.
Nice play.
Oh,
outplayed
no,
so
dude.
hard.
Super outplayed.
Oh,
so we got to watch this again. So let's go back here real quick. So climbs up. Here's the guy. By the way, immediate 180. That, again, insanely difficult. This is also how we know he's not cheating, by the way. Look where he's aiming. Real close. Not on him, though.
Yep.
If he's aimbotting, that 180 is straight on this dude's chest. It's not. It's really close, but it's not on the chest because he's not cheating. He's just very good. So he gets a 180. He gets real close, but he's not on. And he's taking damage.
And he's the last one left on his team.
Yep. And then he does a little juke here, gets behind the tiny piece of cover that he has, slides into another piece of cover, And he's pre-aiming the guy's last known position, comes up, and then just shits on him. Such a good play.
And that guy was still aiming at the original spot too.
Yep, yep. He just finessed that kid. And he hasn't reloaded yet. He switched to his next weapon because he knows someone's around. Fucks his ass.
There we go. Gets a kill and again looks up at the minimap, sees the teammates being pinged on the map. He needs some platos here.
He does need some plates, yeah.
See if he still.
And we also noticed he dropped the XM4 for a PPSH.
Oh,
he had two ARs. He kind of wants an SMG. I like the play.
Ooh.
Jesus Christ. And then this is another pro tip, dude. This is another pro tip. Watch. This is something that really good players will often do that is massively overlooked. Kills this guy, jumps in, sees that guy, hit him with the crouch, baby. Why aren't we crouching more, dude? You're making your hitbox smaller, and he's behind like a little half wall, so he's making his hitbox way smaller because he's getting more behind cover. But even if there was no cover in between these two, you should crouch mid gunfight. In most FPS games, it makes your recoil control better. That was originally the case in Modern Warfare, by the way. Crouch and prone made your recoil control better. They took it out in like the first week of Modern Warfare. Don't know why, but I remember it. I remember us covering it in on episode 13 of the podcast. They took that out. It was actually in the patch notes. That's when they used to do patch notes for Modern Warfare. But anyways, it's a good habit to get into. Even if it doesn't give you recoil control, which it should, like it does not in this game, still shrinks your hitbox, even if there was no cover here. And it makes you a little more unpredictable, a little harder to hit.
Yeah.
Because crouching there, it might make the opponent miss like one bullet.
Which is just enough.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's a big deal. If you can make someone miss one bullet by just crouching, like, why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah.
Crouching mid gunfight is really good.
I like here too how so he downs this guy and then he doesn't finish him because he knows that other guy's selfing. So yep, he goes right there and finishes the first guy he kills.
Yep. And then another thing too on this last guy you'll notice is, sorry, I'm trying to get back enough. Let's see. Okay, comes around, kills this guy. Switches to the PPSH. Watch the pre-fire. He's going to start shooting before he sees the guy.
Yeah.
Why not?
Because you know he's going to be somewhere in that corner.
Yeah, exactly.
And
so why not?
He's going to be one shot because he just selfed.
Yep. And the reason you pre-fire is if you know someone's there and you're pre-firing, then you're guaranteeing you get first shot, basically.
Yeah.
So that was really good, obviously, and fucks them all up. Gets the streak real quick.
Also grabs, did he just grab a heartbeat or what? Oh no, I guess that was
cluster, I think.
Okay.
This guy go.
Turn around. Look at his face. Look at his cute face. He's looking at the minimap.
That adorable little face,
dude.
yeah. Ooh, we're
flash.
White, Is he going for a loadout now? There he is. I was just about to say he still hasn't gotten a loadout. There we go.
Yeah, true. Actually,
he didn't need it.
With a PPSH from that far, I'd be so mad if I was that guy. Downs him, doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Because doesn't care. Fuck it.
Because that guy just landed, so you know he doesn't have self or anything anyways.
Yeah.
So he's just free low.
Destroys that dude.
Ooh, okay, here's the little
using a throwing knife, a real fucking sweat.
Yeah.
Real sweat piece of shit using a throwing knife. We're also using an M13
Oh my god.
with iron sights.
That was a Cali stick kid.
Yeah, and that guy deserves to have his body shot, so we'll see if that play comes in.
Obsidian M13 and a Dark Matter MAC-10 and throwing knives. Yeah, just the ultimate TikTok sweat lord, really.
Yeah, absolutely. It's cleaning a lot of kids up here.
What's he gonna do?
I'd like to see a UAV. Yeah, okay, so we popped one, bought another, and are holding the second. It's really good. Fucks that kid's ass. Doesn't jump down there because he knows there's 3 people down there, so he's not going to just jump straight in and get the...
Peeks a different angle every single time in that fight there. 3 different angles he peeked.
True. Yeah, true. Something we talked about with Jake is like be unpredictable.
Again, looking at his mini-map right there. Always looking at the mini-map.
Uh-huh.
That's what newer players or not as good players don't do. They get tunnel vision. They just look at what's in front of them. Good players are always checking their mini-map.
And he's also not getting super hung up on like killing one person at a time. He just wants to position himself so that he doesn't die. And then whoever is in a good spot for him to kill, he'll go for.
Yeah.
But if they go somewhere unsafe, he doesn't follow. He doesn't care. He's like, all right, well, I can focus on someone else.
Yeah.
I just need to keep myself alive, take advantageous gunfights.
Exactly. 22 kills, by the way, already. 22 kills, and they're still 21 up.
Yeah, this is crazy.
So he's playing pretty aggro now. Oh my god.
Okay.
Throwing knife went through him.
I just want to see an instant replay of this.
That's that kid. God,
let's get an instant replay,
man.
So he's on UAV.
Doesn't have time to react.
Oh, just shit on, yeah. Absolutely fucks his ass. Fantastic.
Is this a Korean Savage lobby?
Is he reverse boosting, dude? And we'll edit that out, of course. So we're seeing now constant UAVs because he's getting so many kills that he has so much money. He wants to just get more kills. He's a kill racer. And the best way to do that is UAVs.
That's a guy not dead.
Yeah, I'm pretty mad too.
Nice play.
Pre-aims that.
Look at reloads, looks around before he finishes.
Yep.
Even though he had throwing knives.
Exactly.
Even though that's a quick finish, he wanted to make sure he had ammo ready for the next fight.
So he's here, reloads. Because you see all the red dots on his mini-map. You know some are on different elevations, but instead of going for the thirst right away, what if someone comes in while you're like throwing the knife? You might have just gotten yourself killed. So what he does, reload, pre-aims, checks the corner, make sure no one's there. Okay, now I can finish. Now it's safe.
Yeah.
And a lot of people just get their dicks hard and want to get a finish right away.
Yeah, and then he saw that guy on the mini-map right there. Sees more guys on the mini-map over here. Just chasing red dots. That's how you do it.
Jesus Christ.
This looks so much fucking fun. Holy
him?
shit. Oh,
look at this cheeky angle, dude.
You little rat.
Holy shit. Trying to get all the angles you can.
Third party, look at that. That's a Warzone third party. Both of those guys were like one shot, and he took them both out. Just free kills, free low.
And the reason he's able to just run around and kill people at his leisure so much is that he's just constantly buying UAVs. Jeez. Like he's had UAV up for more than half of this game. And that's what you can do when you're starting to get a lot of kills, is you can chain these things together where you get a kill,
right there.
They drop enough money for you to buy UAV, the UAV allows you to get a kill, and then you just repeat. Yeah, and now we're getting to late game. There's only 3 teams left, including him. There's only 2 other teams.
I think I just saw one.
31 kills, by the way.
I'm scared.
Pretty fucking nuts.
Nope, can't go that way.
I've never gotten that many on Rebirth. Oh, trying to help his teammates. Oh no! Uh-oh! This is not good. This is not good.
This is scary.
Yeah, leave the teammates. Get out of there. Back away. Yep.
Yep. Yeah. There's the precision. You don't want to risk it. Get some intel.
Oh, dirty flank. Just dirty. What is this?
Oh, destroys that kid. He's in a really shit spot here. Really shit spot. Oh, gets that guy. So this is just the first circle is unlucky because they're all on top prison. By the way, hey, have we talked about that? It's where you want to be. So they're on top prison. He's not. He's underneath. His team's getting fucked from underneath. Luckily, this next circle pull is really good for him because it's forcing them off prison. And he's actually closer to the next circle than they are. But this is tough regardless because you're going to have to rotate. I mean, in front of them, which is usually good, but it's also 1v like 3v4 or 1v2v3 or something. So, or 1v1v4, maybe. I don't know.
Grab that gas mask, buddy. Nope,
either way, it's tough. Plating up, waiting.
Should reload that M13. Oh, now he will. Okay, or don't. Risky. Boy,
he's trying to wait for them to rotate. Oh, kills that guy.
Oh, this is so dangerous.
No.
Oh, man.
No.
So like Tanner said, what you want to do here, you have no gas mask.
Oh, can't go that way.
And if you're trying to get a 1v4, you need to do something cheeky. I think.
Yeah.
I rewound too much. Hold on.
Just let it keep playing.
So we're here. Get this kill. Excellent. I think rotating right under prison right now was a good play, by the way, because before we knew where this next circle was pulling, it could have been pulling toward like control.
Yeah.
And if that's the case and you're still on like this side, you're fucked. You're not going to get under prison and then back around through it. So you want to be under prison if the other team is on top of it, because then you can rotate wherever they rotate and they can't shoot you from the rooftop if you're in their building, obviously. And that's where he wants to be. But now that we know the rotate's going out this way, he kind of just has to circle back. So gets that kill. Really good. I think going here was a good play for sure.
Yeah.
Got UAV, so he knows where that guy is, kills him. Looking for plates.
You unfortunately missed that gas mask. That gas mask could have changed the entire game at the end right here, because he could have played it entirely differently than he was forced to because he didn't have it.
Yeah, exactly. So
he should.
If he sees the gas mask there, pick that shit up, go straight into the next zone, maybe on the roof of one of these two buildings that's in the next circle, gas play it, wait for them to come to you, and you can win. But unfortunately, we missed the gas mask, so you kind of have to just try and make do.
Yeah.
And I still like this play of kind of waiting for them to rotate, maybe even taking some gas damage yourself. That guy's like one shot. If you're using a good gun, maybe he'd be dead, Raidon, so yeah. Fucking destroys this kid. Taking a lot of gas damage, though.
Yeah.
And then the guy that rotates in front of you beats you. So if you're able to pick up that gas mask, you might be in front of the guy who was on that roof that was parachuting in that you almost killed, and then you would have won.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Still, though,
no.
third place with like, what, 35 kills? With randoms.
Ultimately, too, that last guy that he shot with.
Guy should have stayed in the zone, honestly.
That he shot at with the M13 when he was floating in. Probably should have just left that guy, because then those other two guys wouldn't have known he was going to be there.
I got 35 though.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Maybe, yeah.
And I lost.
And then this guy who's horrible
like
wins it. Yep, that's Warzone. That's Warzone summed up. The worst player wins, dude.
Yeah, I know, for real. Shit. Can we add the video again?
Did it disappear?
Yeah. That's so annoying.
Why would it disappear? Oh, you can just click on it down below. There we go.
Oh, there you go. Okay, yeah. Okay, so overall, couple things. If we go to like anywhere in this gameplay, you're gonna notice his centering is always high.
Yep.
And especially in Warzone / Rebirth, people get in the habit of like looking down. But his reticle, like, look at where his reticle is right now. That is so much higher than most people play at. That's like upper chest level. That's where you want to center. But especially when we're playing a lot of Warzone, a lot of Rebirth Island, we tend to have our reticle centered looking at the floor because we're so used to looting. That's really bad.
Yep.
If someone just walks into your screen, because now you have to move your reticle a lot more than you should need to. So like when you have good centering like this random part of the video, for example, or this random part of the video, well, he's killing someone here, but this random part of the video, okay, then if someone walks in your screen, instead of having to go left and right plus up and down, all you have to do is go left and right. And it's a lot easier to move, 20 pixels left than it is to move 20 pixels left, 18 pixels up.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's faster too.
Yep.
So it allows him to get onto target more quickly because you have to move less, and more easily and therefore reliably because you only have to move on one axis rather than two. That's a pretty fucking big deal, especially in FPS games where the TTK is so fast. And you might say, oh, Warzone TTK is slow or whatever. It's less than 1 second. It's pretty fast. So in that case, in that situation, every moment matters. And like really good players, what makes them really good is they have a bunch of small little things that they do, fundamental things, that each thing on their own, maybe not that big of a deal, But when you have 20 of them and you add them all together, adds up to a lot. And like one of those things, which is pretty big, I think, is the centering. So the centering for the whole fucking thing is just amazing. Pre-aiming a lot of shit, relying on audio cues a lot, constantly gluing those eyes to the mini-map, not thirsting, which is another big thing that a lot of people don't do, is have discipline relating to not finishing people who are downed. He's often not thirsting people at all, doesn't matter, or he is making sure it is safe to thirst before he does it. And that's another thing that is going to keep you alive, and keeping yourself alive is a really important part of getting a lot of kills, because you can't get kills if you're dead. So, obviously, overall, just exceptional gameplay. And a lot of the reason he did so fucking well, too, is besides all the little habits and little good maneuvers, his aim is insane. That helps, obviously. If you can aim really well, hey, you're going to do pretty good, you know? Like, you're going to not die, and you're going to kill people a lot if you can aim super fucking well. And when you combine aiming well with a lot of good fundamentals, good awareness, then you get insane gameplays like this. So, and that's no surprise. Really, the only criticism I have is don't miss the gas mask and don't use an M13. Those are the two things that piss me off about this gameplay. And I've said it to you before, Raidon. I'll say it again. Fuck the M13. Dog shit. But, I mean, whatever. And also, yeah, I don't know if you missed the gas mask or if you just didn't, like, think about picking it up. I get the sense you just missed it outright.
Sometimes I feel like at the end, like late game, I almost start ignoring them too, because you like assume that you have one, and then you skip over 5 of them, and then you realize like, oh, I don't have a gas mask yet. Could have been that too, but also he was worrying about trying to play it up. He knew there were guys on him. You know, that happens. Hey, it lost your team the game, but it happens. Another
actual criticism I have too is you had a lot of money for this entire game. You probably bought 40 UAVs. You could have dropped 1 UAV for a self-res. I don't know if it would have made the difference. It probably wouldn't have in this game in particular. But in general, I think when you had as good of an economy as you had, especially if you're playing with a bunch of randoms who you can't rely on to res you, you might as well get 1 self-res. You might as well have it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, in this game, it would have been a waste. You would have been dead anyway, because you were like in the gas. But in general, I think it would be good to get 1 and then continue getting your UAVs, because it would have been actually like 1 less UAV out of the literally probably like 10 you called yourself.
Did they actually pop that many UAVs? I didn't even notice that many UAVs being popped.
I noticed quite a few, yeah.
I noticed all the teammates popping up when he killed their teammates. They popped up on radar. I didn't notice UAV going off then.
Huh.
I don't think he only went to the buy station once, didn't he?
No, he popped a lot of UAVs.
Oh, okay.
He edited parts of that out. So there are parts where it just skips around. I think that's when he was going to buy stations.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you can just watch any of this and just look at how ridiculous all this is. It's like some of these things you guys can see and it doesn't matter. You're not going to learn anything from it because you're not going to have his aim. You just won't. It's that simple. Most people just won't ever get that good. But it's like you can learn a lot from watching these players. That's something you've said quite a bit, is that you can watch any good players on Twitch often and start picking up little habits that they do just constantly. You know, people like him, MP Control War, The Gaming Definition. Watch their streams for an hour every time they stream, and you start noticing these little things, and then they start forming habits, and then you'll be doing those things soon. Like what he does here. It's like little tiny things like, oh yeah, I would just keep shooting at that guy and finish him and not pay attention to anything else. You know, but he does little things where he reloads, then throws a throwing knife at him, stuff like that. Always looking at the mini-map. I mean, this whole gameplay was just insane, really.
Yeah, another thing he's doing a lot, too, in this game, which people kind of underutilize, is he's hopping into window frames and doorways without, like, leaving, like that. He just did this maneuver, like, 20 seconds ago also. And he probably hops into a window frame like 8 times in this gameplay. That's a really good maneuver because it gives you sight inside and outside the building, but you can also choose to dive into the building if you're getting like reamed from outside, or outside the building if you're getting reamed from inside without having to mantle. Yeah. He can go in or out of this building without mantling because he's in the window frame. That's a good, and you have vision on both too. That's another thing. It's like really small, but you know, if you're an average player and you know that guy is there because you looked at your mini map, you probably jump out of this window and go kill him. Yeah. But you don't need to. And it's way safer and accomplishes everything you want, plus giving you more safety and more options and more speed by getting into the window frame.
Exactly. Yeah. That guy just had no clue any of that was coming. Another thing is too, even using windows instead of doors, a lot of times people are used to watching doors. If you pop through a window instead of that, like he does constantly here, just never uses doors, that'll throw certain players off. Others, not so much, but that'll throw a lot of people off. Because it's like on their screen, by the time you're already out the window shooting at them, they're like just registering and realizing that you're already out there taking bullets, and then they're just going to be dead because of that.
And no audio cue either of a door fucking slamming open. Yeah. Yeah. So a lot of it is just like, it's a bunch of little things that add up to be a lot. Yeah. And if Raidon had like my aim, he would still be a way better player than I am. And he would still have a way higher KD because his fundamentals are just so good. His centering's better, his positioning is better, his awareness is better, his decision-making is better.
He's younger.
He gives himself more options always. And then you add the good aim on top of that, and you're going to be insane. But even for you guys, like Tanner said, who your aim's never getting this good, you can still learn a lot from this gameplay. You could do everything he does in this game except aim as well. You could. You just have to internalize all the good little habits that players like this can show you. And if you watch any really good player, you'll notice similarities. Centering, they all have good centering. They all have good centering. Positioning, they all have good positioning. They all know when to reload. They all pre-aim everything. They all pay attention to their mini-map all the time. These are things that anyone can incorporate into their game to make themselves way better. And then if you want to get your aim better, go get Kovacs. Practice aim. Kill bots in custom games. Turn off aim assist, practice your aim, and then turn it on when you go into games. A lot of pro controller players do that. There are ways you can improve your aim too, but those are going to take a lot more practice, and it's frankly going to be a lot more difficult than but it's still doable, and you should still work on doing it if you want to get better. But I would argue more importantly is like having good fundamentals like this. Good centering, good positioning, not being so quick to thirst, and you'll get a lot better.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because like the aim thing, like I said, that's 99% of you watching this will never get this good in terms of aim, but one thing you can get a lot better at is game sense. And yeah, like there are like a lot of like pros and stuff that their aim isn't anything like crazy, but they're good because they have really high game sense. And that's what you pick on. That's what you pick up on when you watch people like this. Is all these little things, they all end up adding up. The more you watch them, you're going to realize the way they do things is different from how you do things. And you're going to start picking up on that. You're going to be like, okay, yeah, so here I would usually just, you know, I would keep shooting and then I'd run out of ammo, and then the guy would still be down and I have no ammo left. Someone else would push me and I'd just die. There's just a bunch of little things that you can pick up on just from watching this gameplay alone. Yep. But it's, yeah, like he always makes the correct decision. This right here, by the way, again, I just skipped to a random spot in the video, and this is a really good one. This is so smart in Rebirth, is killing the first person you down, because you always have to assume, especially in Rebirth, everyone has self. So going and finding that first guy is huge, because if If he had full killed the other two guys he killed in this sequence, that last guy could have had time to plate up, push him while he was getting those full kills on the other two, and then that guy could have easily killed him. You want to go for like the first person that you killed, and then like you said here, yeah, pre-firing that corner, because he's played this map enough to know there's nowhere else he could be. He's going to be somewhere in that corner, so he comes around firing. You're going to have the jump on the other player. You're going to get the kill most of the time. But yeah, I mean, other than that, it's just, you know, you just have to keep watching stuff like this, and you'll realize how you need to change your game. A lot of it's kind of hard. It's simple in theory, but you need to see it often to start doing that yourself. Like, even, you know, since I've been playing Warzone, there's been a lot of things I've picked up on from watching other players that I would not usually do. Like, you know, you start shooting at a door, the guy runs through it, and then you keep firing there, expecting him to peek. You know, you just keep firing at that same angle, and he'll peek right out, try to get an angle on you, and you get the down. Just a bunch of little things, running out of ammo, switching weapons. There's a lot of tiny things you can do, and all of those make you a really good player in Warzone, because this game is just all about game sense compared to aim. That's what Warzone is. It's way more about game sense.
Yeah, 1,000%. 1,000%.
Yeah. So, yeah, my recommendation is to watch his gameplay through this video, keep watching all these guys on Twitch, and you'll pick up a lot, and you'll really start to it'll really change your game rather quickly too.
Yeah, if you like never watch like good players play, that it will change your game really quickly. Like, if you're eating dinner, instead of watching a Netflix show, watch a streamer you like who's really good.
Yeah. And
then just enjoy it, honestly. And over time, if you watch them any length of time, really, you're going to start to like notice things, and you don't even have to really do any work to notice them.
Yeah.
However, to incorporate them, you do have to try. It's like one thing I like to do, and I do this every time I am playing like a brand new game or new genre of game. So like 4X games. I recently started playing those. So I started playing it, and I was like, okay, I'm lost. Go watch someone play, and then pick up on what they're doing. And then sometimes they'll do things where I'm like, I don't understand. Why the fuck would you do that? You should be doing this instead. And then I'll say, wait, hold on. No, they're way better than you. So they're doing this thing you think is wrong. Actually, you're wrong. You need to figure out why they're doing it, and then find out. And then the thing that takes effort is when you play next, pick like one thing that streamer does that you don't do, and try to really work hard on it. Yeah. So like, okay, I noticed that in this gunfight, fucking, I don't know, Tfue, like, saw a guy in a building, in a doorway, shot at him, broke the guy's armor. The guy ran back inside the building, but Tfue just kept firing at the door. And then the guy peeked again, and the pre-fire got the kill on the guy. I never pre-fire. I'm going to try today for this Warzone session to pre-fire as often as I can when it makes any sense to. And like really deliberatively try to do that.
Yeah.
And then over time, you'll like integrate that, and then you won't have to really try super hard to do it anymore. It'll just be a part of your game. And then you move on to another thing. Like, okay, today I'm going to focus on making sure it's clear before I finish this down, before I get the thirst. And like, okay, I got the down. I know I'm safe, but maybe not. Let me just make sure. Let me look around. Oh, what do you know? There's a guy there. I killed him too, and now it's a team wipe. I don't even have to go thirst the original guy I downed. And then like try really hard and do that. And then that's the way I think to do it. And I've had a lot of success doing that with like a bunch of different genres of games. So with all that said, Raidon, thank you very much for the submission, dude. And check him out on Twitch at Raidon, Raidon. Is it Raidon PC on Twitch, or is it just Raidon? I actually don't know. I follow him, so
I don't
let me take a look.
I think he was able to get just Raidon, wasn't he?
Let's find out. Let's find out.
Raidon PC. Raid on PC. That's his Twitch.
Yep, all one word. Oh, he's live right now. So yeah, you guys could go watch him, learn how to play the game better. Watch any good players, but Raidon, thank you again, dude, for the submission. We really appreciate it. And To all of you watching, we hope you guys enjoyed. Check him out. Send him some love. Gift him some subs. And say thanks for teaching me, Raidon. You're better than me. That's what I want you guys to do. All right. That's it, boys. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.